What's up guys, Dan here with VidderTech, and today we're taking a look at the ESR HaloLock MagSafe wireless charger, which you see right here. You've probably seen it if you've searched for MagSafe accessories on Amazon, as it's one of the few available on the market. Today we're going to take a look at a review including what's in the box, functionality, as well as taking a look at a few competitors, which you can see behind it. On the left we've got the Drive-by MagSave Square Edition, and on the right we've got the Drive-by MagSave Black Edition. That one's said to be their highest quality yet. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the ESR HaloLock charger. Thanks to ESR for lending the unit to the channel so I can share with subscribers. As we see on the box, it's magnetic, offers 10-watt charging, so it's not claiming to go up to the full 15 watts possible with MagSafe certified chargers, and it has a USB-C port on the bottom. In the box, we've got the charger itself, a vent mount, and a USB-C. So actually taking a look at it here, you can see that it's actually got quite a strong hold. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere at all. This actually seems like the strongest hold that I've seen so far on a MagSafe accessory. All right, so when we plug this thing into power, you can see, so it's USB-C here, same at the bottom. We plug that in, and now you're gonna see it lights up blue. On either side, it has the indicators here. It goes out after a short time, and you can see when you plug it in here, we do not get any sort of MagSafe logo or anything that way. But you can see that the strength is really, really strong here. So if you're one of those people who wanted to buy MagSafe, but you weren't sure how stable it would actually be, this is a pretty good one. I will say though that this is only the 12 Pro, and this is not the 12 Pro Max. So some people have noticed a difference with the weight of the phones and it being a little bit less durable to actually snap on. But given the strength of this compared to some competitors, I would say that it's actually less of a worry. So if you have the 12 Pro, I would say this is actually a good one to go with in terms of the actual strength of the magnets inside. Okay, so here we're going to take a look at a third-party case with this. You can see it's a bit worn out, but we have the magnets embedded in the case, and we're just going to put this on the phone. So what's going to happen is we have the magnets in the phone, we also have the magnets in this case, and then of course the magnets on the charger itself. So when we put these two together, this is definitely a lot stronger than it was before. I really didn't have any concerns with it without a case, but adding on this additional magnet in the middle from the case actually makes this a lot stronger. Like, that's definitely not going anywhere. It's not going to swivel too much. It's generally pretty good, I would say. So even though this is an iPhone 12, if you're somebody who has the iPhone 12 Pro Max, then you definitely want to consider getting a case just to increase the strength of that hold when using a MagSafe charger. Now moving on to the vent clip on the back of this, you can see here we've got the standard clip here. It's very, very strong, so you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. We've also got the little stabilizer here, which you can pull out, and that's going to just hold against your vehicle so that it isn't going to move around too much. Now taking it off here, you can see what we've got is a standard, remove that, a standard 17mm ball mount here. So you're going to be able to clip in your own. If you have a different mount that you would prefer to use aside from this one, you can just simply swap it out and just screw that in, and it'll work just as well as the current mount if the one that you want is, say, a suction mount or something stickier rather than just the vent clip that comes with this by default. So here you can see it in the car. You'll notice it has that stabilizer leg at the bottoms. So if you have very posable vents, it's going to keep it in place very well. You just clip it in here and it stays pretty secure. All right, so like I said, this is a really good option if you're looking for something with a really strong magnetic hold. The trade-off, of course, being that it doesn't have that MagSafe animation showing and it's only charging at a max of 10 watts. So if you're looking to go up to that full 15 watts, then of course you're going to want to look at some other alternatives, which I'm showing over here. But in terms of quality and that magnetic hold, ESR is definitely the way to go. And speaking of car mounts, if you want to see more alternatives like the Belkin MagSafe mount, check out my previous review where we take a look at it versus some other alternatives. Now, some of the alternatives on the market are made by the brand MagSave. We've got two options, both are deemed Pro models. In the middle, we have the Drive Pro Square Edition, and on the right here, we have the Drive Pro Black Edition. So on the Square Edition here, we can see it's got this white finish on the front and this sort of aluminum looking side here. Again, very similar to the Belkin model, which we've seen. On the bottom, we've got USB-C. And then on the back, we have that standard 17mm ball mount with a clip here. On the clip, you can see it's just got that little ridge here so that when you clip it in, it's gonna stay very, very secure to that clip. But there is no stabilizer at the bottom like there is on the ESR mount. So it is sort of just gonna be able to be a little flimsy in your vent mount without that stabilizer. Taking a look at the magnetic hold here, we can see it still clips on really well. While it's strong enough to hold this in pretty much any orientation, you can see it's already just starting to slip a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at the magnetic hold here, and you can see there that it's actually really stable here. It doesn't seem to have any issues holding on. Although, if we're comparing the two, I would say that this is a little bit less magnetic than, say, the ESR charger. Not a deal breaker by any means, because this is still, as you can tell, holding up my iPhone 12 very well. However, if you have the Pro Max model where it is heavier, this one might be a little bit more of an issue. Now taking a look at it with a case, we can see here when we put this on, that becomes a little bit more stable here. So it's definitely worth investing in a case if you really want that extra strength and you're worried about it falling off. Next, we're gonna plug this one in. There is an indicator light on this one, but it's not all of these lighting up. It's just a small light on the back. And you can see when we hook this up, it starts charging and shows that MagSafe logo. So these are both great options here, as you can see. So far, again, the stronger hold goes to the ESR. However, when it comes to charging, showing that MagSafe animation and the full 15-watt capacity, the Drive Pro Square Edition is the better way to go. Also, of course, depending on the design that you're looking for, this is black and a little bit more sleek, whereas this goes for that Belkin look, which is the more aluminum sort of finish here. But that, of course, is not everything that we're looking at today. We've also got a third option here, which is the Drive Pro Black Edition. So this one, of course, is a little bulkier when comparing the two models. A little bit thicker here, you can see. We've got a bit of a sheen on the side here, which in my opinion looks really good. On the side, we've got an indicator light, USB-C, another indicator light, and then nothing on top. On the back, we have that same mount that we just saw on the Square Edition, where it's got the standard ball mount, which I'll just take out here to let you see. This one definitely feels more stable than the Square Edition, but a little less stable than, say, the ESR version. It definitely doesn't feel like it's going anywhere here. And you can see here, so we're gonna plug this into power. It's USB-C. The QI light lights up, and on the right indicator and the left indicator, you can see they are also lit up. So now that this is on here, we're gonna try plugging this in. And there we see again, the MagSafe charger does show up. All right, so overall, we've got three choices here: the ESR HaloLock, the Drive Pro Square Edition, or the Drive Pro Black Edition. And the choice really depends on what you're gonna be using this for. If all you care about is having a very strong hold and you just want it to be secure when you're on the road, then I would either choose the ESR or the Square Black Edition because they have the most obvious hold. And of course, you're gonna wanna get a case separately to make it as strong of a connection as it can possibly be. But if you really care about having that MagSafe animation and the fast wireless charging, then you're gonna wanna lean a little bit more to the MagSave options on the right. Overall, they're all great. I'm gonna leave descriptions down below so that you can see all of them. Let me know in the comments which one of these options that you're gonna be going with. Of course, remember to hit that subscribe button to see more from me, and hit that like button because it tells YouTube that videos like this don't suck. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.